Niners, what's going on? It's Mega Mate. She's gone from suck to blow. What?
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The empty-calorie Yankees shit the bed in the Bronx and the season's over. We've got highlights. We got Aaron Baboon's post-game press conference, and it should be good. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to the New York Minute, and the Yankees shit the bed. Listen, newsflash, New York Yankees, we're just another franchise. Newsflash, New York Yankees, you're just another franchise in Major League Baseball. I'm finished hearing the front office pound their chest about 27 championships and a championship in 2009 that the Yankees went out and purchased. These New York Yankees were not that guy. These New York Yankees were not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
And they were who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about, Yankee fans. I was guilty of this myself. I sat there and I talked myself through hoops. I talked myself into origami on how the New York Yankees could beat the Toronto Blue Jays. And what did I do? My house was on fire. I had a hose in my hand, and I said, everything's fine. Don't worry. It's not happening. But guess what? It is happening, and it happened. The New York Yankees are donezo because they decided to show up and be the Zombo Yankos, the empty-calorie Yankees, the listless, lifeless, gutless Yankee performance that we have grown so accustomed to seeing with these New York Yankees. And guess what? I'm still digesting this loss, and if I'm not as angry as I should be, I'm surprised by it just as much as you are. But I guess I'm going through the stages of grief, and right now it's shock. I'm still in shock from the New York Yankees, but guess what? And the Toronto Blue Jays, in all the ironic scenarios that you want to go through, the Toronto Blue Jays took the 90s style of Yankees baseball with pesky at-bats, working at counts, and working into the bullpen, and they threw it right in the Yankees' face because the New York Yankees front office and Aaron Bubbles Baboon have been trying to rethink the game of baseball since the beginning of their tenureship as the Yankees front office. All they do is try to outsmart baseball, and guess what? You're not that smart. You can't outthink a game that's been played for 120 years, and there's a small acronym I like to use, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And the Yankees can't do that if their lives depended on it. And you know what? The Yankees are guilty for tricking our New York fans into believing in this squad. And last night, I heard it on First Take, ESPN, Sports Radio, and I was like, please stop jinxing the Yankees, please. Everybody was talking about Game 5. Okay, did anyone tell the New York Yankees today that they had to play fucking Game 4 first? And guess what? The New York Yankees You're not that good to look past teams, to look back crucial games. And Trent Grisham, you could have had a mop and a bucket and a fake mustache from Party City in the place of him, and he would have done better. The Yankees just lost a bullpen elimination game at home. I repeat, the New York Yankees just lost a bullpen game at home, elimination game. So you know what pains me to say? You know what one of the big differences in this Yankees postseason this year? We didn't rely on Juan Soto, and Juan Soto wasn't there to bail our asses out every time we couldn't produce with everybody else on the team, and that's exactly what happened. Now it's call-out time, and I'm calling you out, Jazz Chisholm. And I'm telling all of my followers to tag him, to hashtag it, to send it to him in his DMs, because I've had it with this dude. You are the poster child of the empty-calorie New York Yankees. You're all fluff, you're all gas, you're all cock and no balls. You're all jazz, you're all panache. You're all no substance, and that's exactly what you did tonight, Jazz. You hit 183 in this series, and yeah, you put up 30-30 this year, but you got in my case for telling you to get in the cage while you were hitting 208, and you show up and decide when you want to play and if you want to play and what kind of mood you're in, because the rest of the team walks around on eggshells around Jazz Chisholm's ego, and it seems like he's not even on the same planet as the New York Yankees in this series. And that's a big problem. And I can't stand the constant blowjobs from the New York Yankees fans. Every time this guy does something good, remotely good, he gets praise, he gets pat on the head, and he's so good we got to resign this guy. The best thing the Yankees can do this offseason, step number one, is not resign that POS, because he is the problem with the New York Yankees. This is the new New York Yankees. We're designing purses. We're making hip-hop albums. We're more worried about what our swag looks like. We're changing the beard policy for dudes who aren't even going to be here in a year. And we're worried about what we look like in the replays going around the bases. Guess what? Jazz, you look like shit trying to turn that double play, and you cost your baseball team a game tonight. Also, are we just going to overlook how Jazz Chisholm couldn't throw the ball like Chuck Knobloch to first base for the last month and a half of the season? Or are we just going to overlook that? Are we going to overlook how he's mentally small in the big spot and how he lets the emotion of the game get to him, and that he is too worried about what the umpire strike zone is instead of taking care of business and holding other people account while he never holds himself account ever? And nobody in this goddamn town holds him in account, and then I hold him in account. We even go to the point where I'm talking this guy off the ledge on the phone saying it's cool, and he's squashing the beef. Yeah, I know it's cool, Jazz.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it too, bro. For me, at least, like, I be having fun with it, with all the fans, I know you're a New York fan and we wasn't doing well, so I understand your frustration, But, me, I just like to have fun, get online, talk back a little bit, have fun. That's how I've always been, so. But, yeah, man, no hard feelings over here at all. Be good.
I've seen more games in my lifetime than you could even sniff. I know more baseball than you could sniff. And guess what? You're an empty-calorie baseball player, and you are the poster child for the pussy-ass baseball players that we got in Major League Baseball today. It's prevalent. It's all over Major League sports. These divas who haven't won shit, who think they're an MVP of the league before they even do squat. Why don't you try hitting over 270 first before you even start talking. And by the way, yeah, I'm going this far back. You shouldn't have got the cover of MLB The Show. I don't know what that was all about. People have been blowing smoke up your ass your whole goddamn life, and that was the point of me getting in your comments and you coming back at me and ruining my rewatch of The Sopranos. They were in the Pine Barrens. Tony Soprano was going to pick up Christopher Moltisanti and Paulie Walnuts in the Pine Barrens, and I'm getting messages from Jazz Chisholm telling him to break down his ejections from games. Wake up, Jazz. Grow up, Jazz. Stop texting. Stop tweeting during batting practice. Stop texting while you're on the goddamn bench. Stop worrying about what everything else is going on. Stop worrying about talking about paying people, bailing them out for streaking on the field and endangering other players. Are you just young or dumb or an asshole or all three? So, Jazz Chisholm, I think I've made my point clear. You're not wanted back here next year, and Anthony Volpe is going to be the second baseman of this team because he's going to arbitration, and he's going to make $3 million. You're going to go out on the free market. You're probably going to get $26 million a year from the Diamondbacks, and you're going to go into obscurity of baseball because you blew the best opportunity you ever had with the New York Yankees. And if the New York Yankees bring you back, shame on you, bro, because you cost the New York Yankees the playoffs this year. Last year it was Anthony Volpe. This year it's you. Learn how to throw the ball to first base if you want to make that big free agency money, because I heard that you're asking for $186 million. Yeah, good luck. I wanted to be 6'4" in the center of the Knicks. Some things don't happen, Jazz. Grow up and you'll become a better baseball player and probably a better man. You're not that guy. So who is to blame other than Jazz Chisholm? Well, I'll tell you who's not to blame. Aaron Judge isn't to blame. And I don't want to hear any more shit about not being clutch. This dude just put on a Lou Gehrig playoff performance in front of our eyes. He was hitting 500, clutch home runs. I'm tired of Aaron Judge having to carry these other bags of fucking wind on this team.
Sorry, sir. Doing my best.
Who made that man a gunner?
I did, sir. He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole, too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
You know, Aaron Judge, he's not clutch. He's not a winner. No, the guys around him aren't winners. Aaron Judge does every single thing for this team. He goes as the team goes. I've never seen a positional player on the New York Yankees affect the rest of the team as much as a starting pitcher does, and that's what Aaron Judge does with his performance. He's the greatest Yankee you're ever going to see play in your lifetime. He is clutch. Get over it. He put the monkey off of his back this postseason, and guess what? I like Aaron Judge going forward, and I'm going to be happy with him. Maybe they can get some clutch dudes with a pulse around them who don't fold like a cheap umbrella whenever pressure presents itself. Then we got Trent Grisham. And to all the people that were saying, we got to re-sign Trent Grisham, bye-bye. You go bye-bye now. I told you, man. This was his season. This was his contract season. Go let the Pittsburgh Pirates pay him. Let some other team pay him for this year's performance, because Trent Grisham will not do that ever again. And you saw when the book got out on him and how to pitch to Trent Grisham, he did absolutely nothing in this series. We needed him to have power numbers, and he was non-existent. Trent Grisham went 0 for 5 tonight, and he hit 183 in the series. Also, Big G turned back into Frankenstein. Playoff G, Big G in the big spots, didn't happen. He was a no-show. Big G was on a milk carton in the playoffs, and that's a problem. He's another guy that's got to go bye-bye. If Big G is going to hurt himself, both of his arms cutting a Ruby Tuesday steak before the beginning of the year, and he runs like Frankenstein and has snowshoes on, and now he doesn't hit in the playoffs, yeah, we got to weasel out of this contract, and the Marlins are paying $11 million of his contract. Side note, I will get to all the postseason shit. I am going to be filtering out episode after episode after episode. Postseason breakdowns. There's going to be so much shit coming at you. You have no idea what to do. But Big G is getting $11 million of his contract paid by the Marlins. They got to start dumping contract. Hicks is coming off the books for $10 million. Stroman is coming off the books for 18.8. DJ LeMahieu is coming off the books for 26.5. So there is going to be serious cuts in contract. I don't think they're going to re-sign Jazz. They're going to move Volpe over to second. So there's going to be a lot of savings. I don't know what the free agency looks like, but you do not bring back Trent Grisham unless he is going to take a serious pay cut. And he doesn't think, because I'm telling you, right now, Trent Grisham thinks he's going to get 17 or 18 million on the open market. Anthony Volpe, he played a good shortstop. He at no point did he blow it for the New York Yankees at shortstop, and he was good in the first round against the Boston Red Sox. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Anthony Volpe is not an everyday player. Baboon, the only thing that he did wrong was not utilizing Caballero more. He should have brought him in somewhere to bring a spark plug into this team when they were sleepwalking through this game. But Anthony Volpe is not the problem in this playoffs. He will be your future second baseman, I think, if the Yankees have any brains in their head because of the amount of money that they're paying Anthony Volpe. Also, Baboon should have pinch hit for Ben Rice in the fifth inning. More Rosario and Cab. Lolev Dev showed back up to earth. Lolev Dev showed exactly who he is. Don't want to see him back on this team. So listen, the New York Yankees, they're eliminated. Aaron Judge did everything he can. The pitching collapsed, and I'm telling you right now, no one's going to lose their job. Brian Cashman's not going anywhere. Aaron Baboon's not going anywhere because what they're going to say is that their starting pitching failed them, which they did. Their starting pitching failed them, and that's exactly what they thought wasn't going to happen. It's like if Anthony Volpe burned them, you could blame that on Boone. If Boone took the bullpen and he screwed that up or he screwed the pitching rotation up, he didn't do any of that. So he's going to be back, and they're going to blame it on the starting pitching and Garrett Cole getting hurt in the beginning of the year, and then they're going to start releasing small injuries that they never told anybody about. Cam Schlittler, before I leave, I got to give him his flowers. Cam Schlittler didn't have his stuff. He wasn't on point tonight, but, man, he gutted through. Cam Schlittler is a piece on this team moving forward. He showed his playoff resilience. He showed guts. He showed fortitude. Showed more than Rodon in a big spot, and that kid really helped the New York Yankees out. So thanks, Cam Schlittler, to you and your performance this year because you helped me preserve a lot of gray hairs in my head. So Cam Schlittler, I'm giving you your flowers, and now let's go on the excuse train. Boo-boo, because it's time for Aaron Boone, Bubbles, Baboon, Bubbles, post-game press conference show, and I'm losing my mind.
Season started that you thought this was the most talented roster you had ever had here as the manager. Ultimately, why do you think you guys weren't able to get it done this postseason?
Yeah, the ending's the worst, right? Especially when you know you have a really good group and a group of guys that really came together so well, at the right time. The final couple of months, this was a team, and it's a team that played for one another, did a lot of really good things, and we got beat here. Credit.
Because there are a bunch of individuals trying to play as a team, and the Toronto Blue Jays are a team. And that's what you need to win in baseball. It's very simple, man. You can give me all the analytics that you want. You can give me all the statistics that you want. It's the eyeball and the gut test. And you know what, man? Talking to a lot of fans in the crowds and by the way, ran into a shitload of New York Minute fans tonight at the game. Thank you so much for your support. I was taking photos with people. It was nuts. People were like, yo, New York Minute, yo, Aaron Baboon. I was like, yo, Baboon. It was nuts. I've never had that experience before, so thank you very much. But the Toronto Blue Jays played as a team. They were very similar to the 90s Yankees. They didn't have major stars all over the place, maybe one major star, but played as a team, and the Yankees are playing individuals, guys playing for contracts, playing for numbers, playing for 30-30, wink, wink.
To the Blue Jays and the year they've had, and they beat us this series. Simple as that. And it doesn't make it any easier.
That's a problem. I mean, the Toronto Blue Jays absolutely owned the New York Yankees. I don't know what that's all about, and I still can't put my finger on it. Listen, the Toronto Blue Jays are a better team, obviously. They just beat us in the playoffs. But what was the secret sauce that they had against the Yankees that they will relinquish as the season goes on? I'm telling you, in post-game press conferences, they're going to tell what their approach was against the New York Yankees, and the Yankees should do the adverse thing in the offseason because the Yankees need to get more contact hitters. They're too home run heavy, but we've been saying this since 2017, guys. So it's the same old shit. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is insanity, or just the Aaron Baboon-led New York Yankees. And guys, I will say this until I'm blue in the face. Bubbles is not going anywhere.
Year, it's a beat up room in there. They're still sharing with one another. I felt like I should come out and owe you guys this, but know that, the guys are in there still sharing with one another because they truly became a really close team and a really good team. And it's
They became a really, really close team, so that would be inferring that they weren't so close in the beginning of the season. That is personalities in the locker room. And like I said earlier on the show when I went scorched earth on Jazz, he's the problem. I'm telling you right now, when this guy showed up, yes, he's a spark plug. He's a prime-time player. He's a very good athletic player, but he's not a winner. He's not a winning player. That's the kind of guy that's going to pad his stats, who's going to sit in the locker room, and he's going to be booking his vacation after the game. Telling you.
The awful part of this is the journey you go on and this has been a tough year for me personally, but all you go through to kind of become this kind of team you think can really do something special, and for it to abruptly end is always difficult. And you just, it's a beautiful game that so many of us and you guys here and, certainly within our organization, every organization you pour so much into to go on this long journey to have it.
And they got Cam Schlittler there, 6-inning pitch, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned runs. No walks. I'm going to do a future episode, and we're going to be talking about the 2026 Yankees. I'm telling you, I'm going to be having you guys guns blazing. But as of now, this is a guy that we can build a piece on. And this guy is something that you can feel positive as a Yankee fan. With all the negativity that you're feeling right now, I've been here before, guys. This isn't a big deal. The New York Yankees have a bright future. You got to remember, this isn't copium. I said many of times on this program that the New York Yankees were doing a rebuild, driving 65 miles an hour down the freeway. The turnover on this team with the youth and the farm system that they had and all the young guns that came up to produce this year, the Yankees had a huge turnover year, and Garrett Cole not being in, so they had a lot of adversity to overcome, but that was no excuse. These guys should have won the division. They should have manned up, and if they're such a good team, I need to stop saying that, and the Yankee fans need to stop thinking that they're a better team than the Blue Jays, because no, they're not. This is the problem with the New York Yankees. The Yankees are not they're a historic franchise, but now they're getting dated, and they haven't won since 2009, and now you're just another franchise. And that's what it becomes every single year. But as long as Hal makes his $325 million in profit, what does he care?
The chance to chase a dream and win a championship, and when it ends this way, it's always, it's terrible. It hurts. But I know for me personally, I know for a lot of those guys, it also continues to ignite your fire to want to get back and play in these meaningful games and have a chance at glory. So, I thank you guys that cover us all the time and are here. And again, I want to congratulate the Blue Jays and their organization. They've had a terrific team. Not our night.
Go to Brendan on your right. What was your view on the Jazz ball where he kicked it off his glove?
Yeah, just ball hit sharply, but one he's going to turn all the time.
And just coming off of last night, the emotion from yesterday, did you feel some kind of carryover with this team? Do you think that there might have been, coming out a little bit flat considering how heavy things were yesterday?
No, I felt kind of the opposite.
I think maybe that the New York Yankees overlooked this game and it was a trap game. And all I kept hearing was about Game 5. And I think that the New York Yankees overlooked this. And I think that they were going to show up and take care of business, and the house was rocking tonight. The Yankee Stadium was so loud. The Yankee fans showed up and did their part. The Yankees didn't do their part, man. They had 2 hits by the 8th inning. That is such a pitiful performance. How do you do that during a bullpen game? That just shows a team that crumbles under the pressure of the playoffs. And growing up as a kid as the 90s Yankees, man, that is alien to me. That is foreign to me. But I need to start changing the narrative in my own head. This franchise is turning into the Cowboys with the quickness, okay? And unless they want to have Jerry's World in the Bronx, where they just have 2 major players and you show up and everybody takes their money out of their pocket and costs $700 to take your 2 kids and yourself and not even your wife to a game, that's the problem with the New York Yankees. And they better start winning because they're going to lose their fan base, because if Bubbles comes back, there's going to be a lot of pissed off Yankee fans.
Go through some of the moments we went through, in the middle of the season, especially, and to see this kind of team come together in a really special way. I mean, that is a tight knit and I feel like we got so much better in the final couple months of the season. So it was more a very tough year on me. That's all. And it's not about me, but that's all I was saying. But
yeah, let's be a human for a second here. I'm having a weak moment. Aaron Boone did get this team right. Imagine managing a bunch of these dudes who aren't winners and trying to fake it till you make it and taking the heat in New York. It's so funny. They were booing him when he went to come out to talk to Cam Schlittler, and I turned to my friend, Playoff Pat, and I was like, Pat, bro, they're booing him. If somebody booed me at work like that, I'd be like, yo, shut the up. Shut up. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Hearing the chirping from a lot of Yankee fans in the audience, it was like they just fell off a Greyhound bus and somebody told them that the Yankees existed 5 minutes ago. So imagine hearing that on a regular basis when you're a professional coach. Yes, Baboon, Bubbles, Buffoon, okay, is not my guy. But I do see these guys as humans at the end of the day. And imagine the pressure that Aaron Boone went through this year. And he came out on the other side. And like I said, do you think he's going to keep his job? Am I just crazy thinking that he's going to be the New York Yankees manager next year? Because I think he's going to be back. This is a year they can build on, because you got to remember the looming strike after the 2026 season. So they might as well just keep Boone and go with this squad moving forward and add some pieces. But a lot of Yankee fans are not going to be happy. And by the way, October 18th, we're going to be launching our merch, and we're going to have our Fire Baboon shirts. So keep an eye out for that.
But also very rewarding to go through it and see what these guys became.
The other thing is, does you have had to kind of give a version of this press conference a lot during your time here. Does your belief system that things will change take a dent at all, and that you guys will eventually break through this?
Oh no, I'm confident we'll break through. I have been every year, and I believe in so many of the people in that room. So that hasn't changed. The fire hasn't changed. It's hard to win the World Series, so
that's what they're going to give you. Hey, the playoffs is a crapshoot. Our starting pitching faltered. We didn't see that coming. Volpe didn't do so bad. You know, Aaron Judge hit 500, 3 extra base hits, 7 RBIs, and a 1,200 OPS. So there's a lot to build here. There's a lot of positives here. That's the way that they're going to spin this one, folks. And you're going to have to be mentally ready for this because the New York Yankees are going to gaslight the shit out of you for the next 2 weeks while the World Series goes on. So Aaron Boone's going to be back. Brian Cashman is going absolutely nowhere. And guess what? I'm going absolutely nowhere. This is the last New York Minute post-game show of the season. This is going to be the end of the highlights. As soon as the game ends, it's going to be the last one. And I just wanted to say and take some time out. Thank you, everybody. The Blue Jays fans, the Red Sox fans, and especially my diehard, hardcore Yankee fans, my New York nuts, my New York Minute fans. You guys have made this experience so much fun where I run to this desk after a game just to do the show for you guys. And the love I get back, I hope you get it back tenfold from the love I give back on this camera to you guys, because I try to give you everything on this show every night, and I try to give you the truth. And I try to give you my opinion when it's not popular, and I lose followers at thousands of clips on this channel and on Instagram because I tell it how it is. And I will continue to tell you guys how it is. New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. We got the merch line coming out October 18th, right in tip-off time for the New York Knicks season. I'm going to be doing a post-game show for every single Knicks game this season. That's right, you heard it, folks. I'm taking this New York Yankees post-game show, and I'm bringing it right over to MSG and the New York Knicks because they're hunting for a ring this year. But like I said, I'm going to be having more shows every day. The New York Minute Sports Show. I'm going to be doing New York sports talk, breaking down the New York Yankees and the offseason, winter meetings, hot stove. I'm going to the World Baseball Classic. I'm going to be at spring training. I'm going to be doing the 2026 Yankees postseason game show right here with you guys at New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. And if I don't see you for a while, remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.